CMMI assessment, ISO 15504 assessments. We're giving recommendations to our customers, saying, okay, the weakest process in your organization is this process. Here's the recommendation of how you can actually improve these processes, and then you will get all these good benefits. But it never happened, or it rarely happened. It was very rare. Less than 50% of all these improvement activities actually had success. Maybe you've seen that from your organization as well. That we put up big things. Now we're going to do this, going to do that. And for some reason, for many reasons, there are many competing dev courses, it turns out. But it just rarely happens. It's rarely a success, which is such a pity because the benefits are so hilarious. Remember this factor of 30 I mentioned about. These are real. I've seen them afterwards. So why is it that some actually have success, and why is it that some don't have success? The first research project we did was about, that was late 90s, and the question was, all these fancy American models like CMMI or Bootstraps, ISO, SPICE models from Europe, will then work in the Danish culture. And we put up a research program with a university and some big players in the Danish IT industry. And surprisingly enough, yes, they worked very well. So the framework was there. It was late 90s. And it's kind of all the knowledge was there, but change didn't happen. Why was that? So we have to find out what are the abilities, what is it that those organizations who can actually do this, what is it that they're doing? Why are they good at changing? And why are they good at process improvement? So we saw all these disasters we had in the Danish public sector, our share of disasters, which appears when I hear around the world to be the same all over. Big projects that goes bad, completely fail. So we have to find out who can, who cannot, and then we have to learn from those who can. What's the goal right here? We also, by the way, had Standish Group who made this yearly chaos report. Are you familiar with that one? It's an English consulting company, and they always ends up around 30 to 35% of all IT projects can be considered successful. That's not very much. We should have a much higher grade of success in our business. So we want to find out how to, we want to create a model that can be used to determine if the framework for success is actually there. So we can assist companies in these improvements and improve the ability to improve. Now you see where the name comes from. Well, in short, the assumption is that good working processes creates a good product, and that leads to success in business terms. But it's also that good process development processes leads to better processes faster and success faster. So by looking at this area over here, we are kind of speeding up the business development out here, even though it may seem pretty far away. And conceptually, to keep these things apart is slightly challenging, but I trust you. When we are evaluating here, we're doing that at user satisfaction, the amount of use, and organizational effect, and basically bottom line data. Where we are evaluating here, in this area, we're looking at the what we call traditional assessments, CMI, the ISO 155-T-1, test maturity model as well, and other good stuff on the experts. So what we did was that we were interviewing a lot of people in both this area over here and in this area down here to find out, is there a difference in the way that this is conceptually in the way that they're actually working. So we had interviews in 14 projects that we really went deep into. So each of those 4 industrial partners came up with 4 projects, 2 that was a success and 2 that was a failure. So we interviewed the manager, the sponsor, the owner, the project manager, the developers, users, a lot of 2-hour interviews approximately in open-ended interview form. It was all transcribed into 800 pages. And then we used a theory called grounded theory to actually manage all the information that we did in our hands. This was from these organizations, and we knew that that was not enough. So we also looked in the books and the literature, and we had 2 PhD students attached to the project, and they were reading a lot of books around these topics as well. So we could actually know, also get the input from them. So the data model, the logic in the data model was that we had technical observations, and we included with the observation what was the problem. What kind of problem was this related to, and what was the solution that they had used, and was it good or was it bad? And that turned into this parameter together with the particle observations, the same thing. We had the problem attached to the solution, and it went into the parameters that you will see in the one. But what is important here is that you see that we have the observations and the problem and the solution. That became very, very important later on. You'll see why. So we had approximately 800 observations, and when we did all this, there was a table like to the end of this table and this here, small notes where we had the observations lying there. And we were walking around for 3 days trying to say, this looks like this one, this is approximately the same as this one, and this one, do you agree that this should be here? It took 3 days. It was quite an amazing process. And we added it all together in something that was manageable, and it came out in those 20 parameters in those 4 categories right here. So how we categorized it was in the foundation parameters that goes for the whole organization, the framework around the project, then the initiation, the projects, and the in-use parameters. Initiation was those that had relation to when this was starting up, the idea how it was actually established. And the project was project parameters are related to the project itself and how it is working. And the in-use parameters are related to how we implement this in the organization. And here we go for the 20 parameters in the model. So for the initiation phase, and we'll go through all these in section 3 later this morning. So just so you have a chance to briefly look at it. So you see initiation, it's about sensing urgency. I put up sensing urgency, for example, turns out to be an important parameter which is tends to relate it to your own daily work. Originally, we did this for the organization as such. The idea was to go in and look at an organization and look at the organization's the ability to improve. What turns out during the project, what was much more needed, required, was actually to look. So we kind of narrowed the scope down to looking at a specific change project. But then a few parameters was obsolete. The idea creation, for example, that has happened before that time, so we couldn't change that anyway. And the vision and strategy and the organizational culture was also the scope of the change kind of size. So we made another questionnaire to the project manager where he kind of positioned this project in this project star here. The depending on the scope of change was large. And the whole idea is that in here we have the sweet spot. If this is the situation, it's very easy to make the change. If it's out here, it's very, very difficult to make this change. And depending on which of these, how they are characterized or they are scored here, it's different parameters that turns out. So these are scores for different parameters. This is the ability level of the score, and this is how important they are. So inside here you will find all 20 parameters, and up in the right corner you find those who are both weak and important. So this is where we focus our activity.
On the area of knowledge management.
Area of knowledge management? Yeah.
Yes, okay. Because this was basically a project that was passed to a team to just do it rather than the actual team that's supposed to do it. So the technical team, instead of spending time acquiring technical skills, etc., into the project, was spending time on building domain knowledge, etc., which was in addition to what they are supposed to do in terms of technicality. But it's quite verified from the then as this was done in sort of like somehow haphazard way, in terms of rolling it out from the beginning, though the deployment was okay, there was lack of roadmap into how to bring about this product and get it started. So there was a bit of firefighting initially, and this lack of system readiness, like in terms of the readiness of other systems, like data quality, data integrity issues, so data cleansing needs to be done, etc. Which was something that should have been there, so the prerequisite was there. So had this been spelled out clear in terms of what's there, and the knowledge being spread out, things would have been better. And as it was just like thrown in and the CEO support was there to get it done. But I'm going to do these things and you guys roll it out. Tell me what you need in terms of number of people. That's as much the support there was, but there wasn't any real organizational support acquiring the correct kind of skill set, competencies for the project. So it's like basically whatever you have, you do it. If you want to give it more men, but don't expect the men like not with this level of qualification or competency or whatever, just give it more hits. So that was the issue.
That was done after they redone all the assessment after lunch.
Yes.
So this was what you got of impression of your projects from lunch until now?
Yes. Yep. After lunch.
After lunch. I'm good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good. I think we'll wrap up here. We'll talk about the problem. What we just did here was that I threw you out in an exercise with no clear boundaries around the projects. The whole situation of being an assessor was a little bit unclear, and of course we were lacking these 4 days of training, and so it was quite an impossible situation. Anyhow, my idea was just hoping that you would get an idea of what you can do from a structured insight into the risks, into the frame of a project by using these proof of projects. And I'm very pleased. I hope that you also got something out of it. Did it make sense to go through the process, however flawful it was here? Did you get some insights? Are you ready to take over the project? Okay, I think that was all I expected and hoped for here. And I've heard some very good discussions, and also somewhere where it was quite so relevant. But given the setup, bear in mind, normally when we go out and do a proof of project, we are 2 trained assessors. We have a project that is assigned from a sponsor who are very aware of